Hey, what's up, you guys? Cameron Cornish here, your #1 real estate agent in St. George. And today I'm with my beautiful family. We're going to be showing you the top 3 things that we love to do as a family here in St. George. All right, kids. So let me ask you, what are the top 3 things that you love to do in St. George? What are your parks? Okay, that's one.
Swimming.
Swimming. Okay, awesome.
Going to the house of jump.
House of jump. Okay, let's do it. We're going to go do all 3 of those things. And you guys are going to tag along with us, and I'm going to show you a little bit of what St. George has to offer in those 3 categories. So stay tuned. This is Living in STG. All right, you guys, as you can see, we are actually pulling up to Desert Color, and we're going to go down to the shores, which is where their lagoon and their pool is actually located. Now, I want to do this video. It's a little bit different in the way I normally do things, but I just know there's so many families that are moving to St. George, and they want to know, right, what is there to do for our kids? And the answer is quite a bit. This is actually one of the reasons we loved moving to St. George from Las Vegas. There's just so much to do for these kids, and they love being outside and just enjoying the outdoors, right? So this is the lagoon. It's a 2.5 acre lagoon down here in Desert Color at the shores, surrounded by all of these nightly rental Airbnb type buildings that you can purchase. Now, does everyone have access to the amenities in Desert Color? The answer is no. You either have to be somebody who's staying in the nightly rentals right there, or you have to be a resident of Desert Color. Now, the reason we got in is because we had some friends that have, when they're not using their passes and their wristbands, they let us borrow it. I don't know if they're allowed to do that, but let's just say it pays to be a real estate agent. There's just so much to do down here, you guys. I mean, not only are they working on building a restaurant in here and a coffee shop, they do a ton of stuff for the community. They do summer kickoffs, they do tea parties, spin classes, movie theater nights where they have a big projector that plays movies, right? And there's me playing with my kids, right? You always got to kind of drown them and get them close to death so they know they're alive. That's the best part of being a dad. But again, there's just so much to do as far as swimming and pools, and some honorable mentions to think about as well if you're looking into it. I think of Sand Hollow Aquatic Center. Then there's also the Dixie Pool downtown. They got some pretty awesome slides that the kids just absolutely love. So this is just one of the 3 things that we love to do as a family and get out in the sun, especially this time of year. So check it out for yourself, you guys. But next up, we're headed to the House of Jump, which is actually a trampoline park here in St. George. It's actually located on 415 South Dixie Drive, and it's a pretty awesome park. They have like over 70 trampolines inside of this big old warehouse right here. So let's go down to the ground, check it out, and that way you guys can kind of see what this place is like and why our kids love it so much, right? So prices vary. Actually, if you do online pricing, it's actually a little bit cheaper by a couple dollars, but it's not that expensive. It's like $12 for 40 minutes, $15 for 60, $18 for 80, $21 for 120 minutes per kid, right? And then if their age is 3 or younger and they sign a waiver, they actually get to jump for free. And then one thing that we do is if you buy socks, right, obviously just keep them and you can recycle them. Bring them back every time. That way you're not always buying new socks. That's something that we do. But here's a look at what the warehouse actually looks like on the inside. Not only do they have those 70 trampolines, they actually got like a full-size dodgeball court. There's basketball courts and a couple hoops in there as well. There's dunking lanes. There's some of these games right here that the kids like to play on the trampoline, the rock climbing wall. Again, there's just so much for them to do. And if you even want to host a party, you can even host parties here, right? We haven't done that yet, but usually when we go on weekends, there's always people hosting birthday parties and things like that. So they will definitely do that for you guys as well. And 16-foot climbing walls, I'm not sure if I mentioned that. So just an awesome place. There they are right there, right? Climbing on those climbing walls, hooked into those harnesses. They just have a blast every time we go here. But some other honorable mentions, I think about the Grip, which is like a Ninja Warrior course for kids. So keep that in mind and look into it. Next up, you guys, we're going to be checking out a brand new park to the city of St. George called Fossil Falls. And they just built this park. It's located over off 243 South Waterfront Drive. And this is a pretty cool park that we were excited to go check out for the very first time. And I'll mention some other parks towards the end here that we usually like to go to. But they just finished completing, the build of this park. And we were pretty dang impressed. There's my awesome dog. Now, one thing besides just the location and the beauty of it that impressed impressed us was this big slide that they have that just seemed like every single kid was going down and trying not to get hurt on, just because you pick up so much speed. But our kids had a blast going down it. They just kept going over and over and over again. It's probably one of the biggest slides I've ever seen, right, as far as the width of it. And it's a pretty cool park. So not only is there a jungle gym there with swings and all the typical stuff that you're going to get when it comes to a city park, but there's also some really other cool things that is included in this park as well when you go there that you can do with your family, right? So not only play on the jungle gym, there's also a huge grass field, and you're right next to the Virgin River, which I'm going to show you guys in a minute. But the other thing I was impressed by was the volleyball court area. They have 2 nets right here, and there's just a ton of families out there enjoying the outdoors this day. Everyone's out there playing volleyball, hanging out, doing barbecues with their family, listening to music. It was just a really cool vibe. But now we're going to go on this little biking / walking trail, and we're going to go down to the Virgin River, which is literally right next to it. I know a lot of times people will go down there, bring their skim boards when the water's real low. There's even some fishing that you can do as well down here. And some other honorable mentions when it comes to parks that we like to go to is probably, I think of Thunder Junction Park, which is like a dinosaur themed park. It's an all abilities park as well. So just a really, really cool thing to go do with your kids. Hey, do me a favor, like and subscribe to my channel. I look forward to sending you guys more videos just like this one. And if there's anything I can do for you real estate related, make sure to reach out to me, text me, whatever you got to do. Let me know what you're thinking so I can help you with this transition or this move or buying a new home, buying, selling, investing, whatever it might be. I'm your guy, Cameron Cornish, your #1 real estate agent in St. George. Again, this is Living in STG. I'll see you guys in the next video.